What's up, everybody? Justin here to do new countdown show, top 5. It's not about wrestling. It's top 5 movie sequels that sucked, in my opinion. So this is a new countdown, top 5 movie sequels that sucked, that I thought really sucked. Even though I watched them all, I still think they were bad. So number 5 would be a WWE Films movie, The Marine 2 with Ted DiBiase Jr. Nothing against Ted DiBiase Jr., nothing against the guy at all. The guy wasn't that bad in it. But I didn't like the sequel. I didn't like it. And since The Marine 2, they've gone to make 3, 4, and I think The Marine 5. So they just keep beating the Marine sequels like a dead horse, beating it over and over, and keep making them. It's stupid. So number 5, worst sequel, or sequels that sucked. Number 5 is The Marine 2. Again, nothing against Ted DiBiase Jr. I liked him as a wrestler. Number 4, sequels that sucked. Number 4 would be Nightmare on Elm Street 2. I forget what it was called. It was Nightmare on Elm Street 2, and then they had some name next to it. I forget. But Nightmare on Elm Street 2, it was not a good sequel. It sucked. First off, it was one of the gayest Nightmare on Elm Streets ever. There was way too much male nudity. So number 4, sequels that sucked, Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Just a bad movie and a bad sequel. And Nightmare on Elm Street 3, that's a sequel, and they've made many sequels of Nightmare on Elm Street, but 3 and 4 were actually not that bad. Number 3, The Predator Part 2. The Predator Part 2, where the Predator shows up in Los Angeles. That was stupid. Nothing against the Predator movies. I love the Predator. I love the Predator as a character. Great idea. Whoever came up with the Predator, great idea. The first Predator movie was legendary. Great movie, great film, great action movie. Jesse Ventura's in it, Arnold Schwarzenegger's in it. It's a great movie, I think. But The Predator 2, the sequel, The Predator 2 was bad. It was made badly. It was not entertaining. Arnold Schwarzenegger was not in it, so that didn't help it, that he wasn't in the sequel. Danny Glover. Nothing against Danny Glover. The guy's a good actor. Danny Glover, I like him. But he was in Predator 2, and he was playing a cop, and he was chasing the Predator throughout the movie. It was stupid. I don't know why Danny Glover was chasing the Predator. I understood Predator's murdering a lot of people, murdering gangs in it. I think drug dealers or gang bangers. A Predator was murdering them. It was stupid. And Danny Glover's trying to catch the Predator in The Predator 2. Also, I think Gary Busey was in it, and Morton Downey Jr. was in it. That was weird. The best part of The Predator 2, the best part of the whole movie, even though it was shit, the best part that made me laugh was when the Predator breaks through some old lady's apartment wall, breaks through it, runs through her apartment, and then Danny Glover comes through the wall, through the hole in the wall, and says, "Was a Predator in here?" And then she says yes, or something like, "Yeah, he's here, and I don't think he gives a fuck that you're looking for him," or something like that. It was a funny line. Or Danny Glover might have said something like, "I'm going to get him," And then the old lady said back to him, I don't think he gives a shit. It was pretty funny. So number 2, worst sequel. It wasn't a part 2, but it was a sequel. Actually, it's a tie between 2 sequels because they're both bad. Number 2, Rocky 5 was a sequel. It was bad. Parts of it were okay, but the movie's bad. There's no reason at all to make a Rocky 5. They should have stopped after 4, because 4 was actually good. So number 2 is Rocky 5 and Rocky 6. I believe Rocky 6 was called Rocky Balboa. They shouldn't have never made it. It was sad. And before Rocky Balboa, Sylvester Stallone had to make another Rambo film. But I actually enjoyed that new Rambo. I think it came out in 2011. Or 2010 maybe. I thought the Rambo reboot, the one Rambo movie made, I thought it was good. Number 1 worst sequel. Number 1 sequel that sucked the worst. Number 1 is The Godfather 3. Bad. It was so bad. It was so pointless. They should have never made it. Godfather 1 is great. Godfather 2 is great. Great films. Godfather 3, 2 thumbs down. It's god-awful. Please never watch it. Please never watch it. It's a giant waste of time. So Godfather 3 is number 1 of just sequels that sucked. Hope you enjoyed this countdown of sequels that sucked. Top 5 sequels that sucked. I could do a top 5 best sequels. Best sequels, one of them would be Terminator 2. I thought that was a damn good sequel. And Die Hard 2 I thought was good. So I can mention other sequels that sucked that did not make this countdown. Fast and Furious Part 2. I thought it sucked. And I'm sure there's others. There's other sequels that probably sucked also. Think Casino. Oh, here's a sequel that really sucked. That didn't make this countdown, but I'll mention it. Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. I think it was made in 1986. It was made like 10, 11 years after the first great Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. They made Part 2, and it was god-awful. It was made like shit. It was really stupid. It was a stupid movie. Didn't even feel like a horror movie. Texas Chainsaw Massacre was made like a joke. And I believe the original director directed it, great director, Tobe Hooper. He directed Part 2, but it was shit. And I actually watched a documentary about the making of it, of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 and Part 2, and I guess, according to the woman that was the main character in Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, according to her, the movie company cut down, like totally butchered Tobe Hooper's Part 2 that he made and how he wanted it. They totally butchered it and cut everything out of it that he wanted in it. Instead, it was made like a fucking comedy. It was ridiculous. It wasn't a horror film. It was made very badly. I don't blame the director. I will not blame Tobe Hooper because that guy's a legend. That guy's a great director. Great horror director. But the movie company, I think it was Canon Films, who went out of business and bankrupt because they were crooked to begin with. Stupid Canon Films, they totally butchered Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They made it where it was like a comedy. And they made parts of it that were like funny. Leatherface should never be funny in any of his movies. He shouldn't be funny and made like a joke. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, I've seen it, and it's made like shit. It's not made like a horror film. It does not scare you. It's pathetic. So that gets a mention. See No Evil Part 2, I believe they made WWE film with Kane. I didn't see it. Maybe it's good, but I've never seen it. So there's my top 5 movie sequels that sucked. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed this new countdown. I'll be back either on Thursday or Friday with more shows, more countdowns in the future. Like the top 5 most edgy storylines in wrestling. Also, the top 5 lamest gimmicks in wrestling. Also, more shows. More countdowns in the future. The top 5 best early UFC pay-per-views. Top 5 most exciting MMA fighters. That's another countdown. Another countdown in the future. I'll probably do this on the weekend. Top 5 WWE superstars in 5 years. Top 5 superstars that I will pick. I already picked them. I got them down here in front of me. Top 5 WWE superstars in 5 years. I'll give you 5 names of who I think will be top WWE stars in 5 years. One of them, two of them, or one of them. Actually, 2 of them. 2 of them out of the 5 are not under WWE contract right now, but three of them actually are. So I'll give you that countdown. Hope you enjoyed this top 5 sequels that sucked countdown. Have a great Thursday and Friday whenever you watch this. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.